In 2018, 53,790 children in the UK were on child protection registers or subject to a child protection plan. Today, we're looking at child abuse. After the break, we want to open up this discussion. We want to hear your thoughts. So stay with us and let's have a conversation. And we have our first caller, Tom. What are your thoughts?
Hello. Yeah, look, I'm a liberal, but I think these people deserve the death penalty.
So you feel that way about Michael Jackson, for example? If he was alive and tried today, should he get the death penalty?
I'm sorry. You can't bring Michael Jackson into this story. That's not fair. Those people that made that documentary, they just wanted money and fame.
So you don't think our idolisation of celebrities could be deemed dangerous? I mean, if we're talking about your average Joe, you'd presumably be a bit quicker to judge.
Now you're just changing the subject. That's what all you reporters do. I mean, Michael's different. He's an easy target. Why would you even bring him into this conversation? What you're saying is totally out of order.
Hello? Well, Tom's gone. Tom clearly feels strongly, but is our refusal as a society to look at certain things because they make us feel uncomfortable helpful, or is that partly why we are where we are? And we have another caller, Craig.
Hello. Yeah, I've been waiting years for you to talk about this subject. I'm actually one of the people that you're describing with the tendencies.
Really, you tell me.
I'm currently seeing a therapist for it, a private therapist. Though they're not going to pay for it on the NHS. But I'm, in my view, these sex dolls won't do anything but enable. Hello? Sorry, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. Really, that's what you think, is it?
So let me explain a little bit better. So obviously I'll look and I'll think and then I'll stop myself because I have a very strong set of morals. Sorry, I'm very, very nervous.
I'm sure you are. Yeah, I understand you are. I think it's very brave of you to call in. I really do. However, it's hard to believe that you're not a potential danger to children, and I've got to be honest, that brings with it a feeling of hostility straight away.
Yeah, I understand that.
When you first realised or knew?
I was about 14.
But then you were sexually attracted to the girls or boys your own age or considerably younger?
Boys and considerably younger, prepubescent.
And how did you process that information?
You don't. I mean, I couldn't tell my parents. I mean, you couldn't tell anyone. I mean, you just sort of lock it away. But obviously, it's through my life because I hate myself. I've read lots of reports of paedophiles who are out and out and who are comfortable with it, and I don't understand how you could live with it and not want to just kill yourself every day, especially if you've got morals. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I think it's just. I mean, you are straight up telling me that you have fantasies about prepubescent young boys, and you've dedicated your life since the age of 14 to not acting on them. I have to ask whether you ever have.
No, I haven't. No, and I've never looked at indecent images or anything like that because I know I'd want to, but I know. I mean, my morals tell me that a child's still been harmed in that, and I'm not. I'm only adding to it, if that makes sense.
Do you ever have the chance to talk to people in the same position?
There's an online forum called The Virtuous Paedophile where people like me support each other to make sure that we don't do anything. I'm personally a little bit on off about it because there are a couple of the moderators who have expressed, they said that if it was legal, they would do it. Again, it's something I still would never do, because I know the damage it would do to a child.
Right, okay. And you said you're seeing a therapist.
Yes, and to anyone listening who is like me, there's a wonderful organisation that works with therapists who are willing to work with people like me, called Stop SO, because that's the biggest fear I've had for so long, is that if I go to a therapist, that they use the mandatory reporting law, which means they can report me even though I've done nothing wrong.
How does therapy work in this area?
My therapist at the moment, the goal we're trying to reach is, she's worried that I'm a danger to myself because of my self-hatred. So her goal...
Do you like anything about yourself?
Not much. Not much at all, really.
Well, I suppose there is something to be said about the fact that you've never acted on these urges. I'm not sure how many others could say the same. Even in regards to our regular listeners, how many of us have failed to control our urges at some point in our lives, even if they won't cause the kind of harm and trauma that yours would?
She, my therapist, that is, she tells me that it's something to be proud of, I suppose, but it's hard because people tell me that I'm a good person, you know, and I'm very much in control, but when it happens, and it's like when you see a good-looking man or a woman in the street and you think, oh, they're good-looking. When it happens for me, it's horrifying, because while I feed my desires, I'm thinking, you're disgusting, you're a monster.
You must be so lonely.
Sorry to put it down on the start of the hour. Hello?
No, it's not that, actually, Craig. I've never spoken about this publicly before. My brother gave me a letter last year. In it, he told me he was sexually abused by a family friend when he was 12. Someone we were really close to. Passed away some years ago. I never knew. He never told any of us. And he wrote that he decided to go on a mission. He researched how these people were using chat rooms and online gaming websites, and admitted he planned on tracking them down and planned to hurt them. Kill them, even. He said he didn't recognize the person he'd become, and his own thoughts scared him. Probably the secrecy was too much for him. And so, in a bid to not turn into a monster himself, he made sure that he would never hurt anybody ever. And my brother took his own life.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
We need to open up a dialogue around the subject of abuse. Thank you, Craig. And thank you for your call. We can learn a lot from you.